Hello, my soul family. How are you all? Hope you are doing great, happy, and healthy. So, before getting into the video, I want you all to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, which would help me with the YouTube algorithm, by which I can reach to as many people as I can. Because every new information, every new authentic new information which you are receiving will help you raise your consciousness, will help you raise your vibration, will help with your DNA activation. So every new information will indeed help you with raising your own consciousness, your own vibrational level, will help you increase your own frequencies. So many people might be searching for right, authentic, correct information, but because there are so many people who are doing so many things on YouTube, they are teaching so many things, irrespective of how much knowledge they have or not, irrespective of if their own self are understanding it or not, irrespective of if they are experiencing it or not. So there are many people who are teaching so many things, but then every correct information might help somebody. So every correct information might change somebody else's life. So it's my sincere request for you to help me with the algorithm to reach to share this knowledge and information with as many people as you can, so that only if you resonate with it. Okay, I'm not asking you to forcefully do this. If you're resonating with the content which I'm providing, if you're resonating, if you're feeling that whatever I'm speaking is right, then share it with others. Okay, and try to understand it, try to implement these things in your life, because most of the things here, most of the content which I'm providing, I'm speaking with it out with because of my own experience or because of my own life lessons and learnings. Okay, so this is what I wanted to say, and now let's get into the video. So the Kadru wanted to raise her kids as very powerful and all these things, and she forgot the models, and we have learned all these things. And then when Kadru's eggs hatched, okay, the first egg which hatched, and from that egg came the Adisesha, okay, Adisesha or Anant came, and this name was given by Vimla. Vimla is not the original mother of the Adisesha or Anant, but she gave him this name. The name of Adisesha or Anant came from Vimla, but Kadru named him as Sheshnag, okay. And after the Adisesha came the Vasuki, and these two guys, they always have chosen the light path. They always have chosen they wanted to serve the Narayan and Shiva. Okay, they wanted to be under the guidance of divine. They wanted to work for divine. They wanted to work for light forces. They wanted to work for source. They wanted to work for creators. Okay, but then Kadru did not like it. She wanted her kids to be very strong, powerful, who can defeat even the gods. Okay, she wanted to raise them like a very powerful and very strong beings who can defeat even the gods. But then these people, they did not choose that. They did not choose that. They were not following her mother's path, his mother's path, and they have some different ideas. They had some different ideologies, because their soul did not choose that. Okay, when her aunt Vimla they were under the influence of Vimla. Vimla was a good queen, and they wanted to follow the Vimla's path, and they wanted to choose the Vimla's path of being the good one, serving the Narayana and serving the Shiva, and being under the guidance of Shiva and Narayana, working for Shiva and Narayana. Okay, so these two guys, they were different from all the rest of the brothers, and all the rest of the brothers like Takshak and all the other snakes which you listen in the history of Mahabharata and Ramayana and all these Indian histories and Indian cultures. They were choosing to be the on the darker side, and they were listening to their mother Kadru. Okay, so they were all listening to the dark mother, who is Kadru, and the Kadru was influencing all of them. But that influence did not fell for her influence did not influence the Adisesha and Sheshnag or Vasuki. Okay, these two guys were out of her influence, and they have chosen the soul path even before the incarnation. Why did they do that? Because our creator wanted to break this chain. Our creator wanted to do the rescue mission by sending the rescue mission doctors, who are called as Adisesha or Vasuki, to those places, to those darker and denser places, where they can heal these people, where they can heal that race, the entire race, where they can do that bioregenesis process, which we'll learn in the process of activating a DNA, which Aisha Nadine has talked about, and all these things. They on with the teachings of Aisha Nadine, we have learned that we have to repair the DNA and all these things. So these two guys were born into those races to repair the race of that DNA. Okay, so are you understanding what I'm talking about? So these two guys were the chain breakers of that entire race. These two guys were the rescue doctors of that entire race, who wanted to change them, who wanted to transmute them, who wanted to heal them, who wanted to repair them, who wanted to conduct that bioregenesis process. Okay, so all these happened, and they wanted to repair this entire race. Okay, so some of these star seeds, who are hydra star seeds, who are divine beings, they are not always they're not always choosing the denser path. They are not always the devilish, the demonized. I have seen so many places in the spiritual community, so many people in the spiritual community who are always talking that hydra star system is very dense. It is the entire snake race is itself demonized, and he is seen in a very negative way, is seen like a lunar thing or a dark thing. It's not always like that. Hydra star system also have the different souls who are incarnating in that system, who are choosing the light path even before the soul has incarnated into that Hydra star system. They have this the soul agreements with the divine that they will be born into this star system. They will be going into this star system, and they will repair that star system. They will help. They'll become the rescue doctors who can heal that race, who can repair that race, who can treat that race. So Sheshna, Ganadishesh, or Ananta, whatever you like to call him as, he was also that rescue doctor who was repairing that system, who was healing that system, who was transmuting the system, and also the Vasuki. Okay, these two guys were the rescue doctors there. And also the Manasa Devi, she was initially was under, she also had her shadow work. She also had to do her shadow work, and she was also working on her own dark aspects, and then she transmuted it. She healed herself, she healed her own shadows, and she integrated and she transmuted all her own shadows into light. And now she is also in the form of unconditional love kind of a goddess. She's also a light goddess now. She is no more a shadow goddess. She have healed in her own life. When Shiva and Parvati, the Mahadev and Mahadevi, when they created her, she learned her lessons in her own lifetime, and in one lifetime only she had cleared all her karma. She had cleared all her karmic imprints, and she had cleared all her shadows, and then she became a goddess, right? And she is a very powerful and a very unconditional love kind of goddess. And when I got connected to her in my own meditation experience, I felt that unconditional love from her, and which is difficult to explain in words. Okay, she was a complete bundle of unconditional love, which I did not even expect. Okay, when I was very scared when I was connecting to her, I was so scared, and I was so confused, and I was doing it out of that, I was very doubtful about her, that I was very scared, that I was very doubtful that should I connect to her, should I not connect to her, what should I do, should I connect with her energies or not. But when I connected with her, I understood that whatever I was thinking about the snake races, whatever I was thinking about the whatever judgments and opinions I have about her, all dissolved, all collapsed. And now I understood that what actually she is. Now I am able to explain her divine essence. Now I'm able to explain about her own unconditional love frequencies. Okay, I've seen this beautiful pink color of unconditional love frequencies. I did not even see her form. I just saw that, the color, the beautiful pink color, which was pouring, which when I saw in my visions, it was full of unconditional love. When I saw that color, I was filled, my entire body was filled with unconditional love, and it was such a huge and beautiful and a profound experience for me. I would never forget that because I was I was getting a beautiful motherly love kind of experience, which I did not ever experience in my own 3D life. I did not experience much of a the love which I was expecting from people. Okay, I did not get that motherly love which I was expecting. Okay, everybody have their own expectations, right? So everybody have to do their own healing, and our parents are also in their own healing journey, and we shouldn't judge them. about who they are and how much love they can give and all those things. So that's a separate video. But I was, as a human, as a child, as a daughter, I was expecting a beautiful mother-daughter relationships, which I rarely experienced in my own life journey, because I had my own ancestral clearing, I had my own mother wounds, because of which I wasn't experiencing the things which I was expecting. So when I connected to the divine mother's energies, when I connected with this divine mother archetypes, I was able to experience that motherly love. I was able to experience that beautiful unconditional love. So that happened with Manasa Devi, where I experienced a motherly, beautiful, loving, unconditional energies. So this was about Manasa Devi, and then I already told about Adisesha and Anant and Vasuki, how they have chosen the path of light, how they have chosen the source, how they were the rescue doctors who wanted to heal that race, the entire snake race. Okay, so this was about Adisesha, and he was like a rescue doctor, and Vasuki was also like a rescue doctor. And my experience about the Adisesha was, I already told in my previous video, that whenever there is a divine being who was incarnated on earth, be it Krishna or be it Rama, or who is the avatar who was incarnated on the earth in the histories also, you will see that all the snakes who are there, like Adisesha is the main one, who will always be with those divine beings, like the Syrian blues people, the blue race kind of people, the blue flame guys. Okay, when Krishna was incarnated, you will see that when Krishna was a child, the Adisesha was there, supporting his father, and protecting him from the rain and all these things, from the rain and thunder. Adisesha was keeping his hood, okay, his head, and Krishna was under his head, and he was all protected, and he was taken to a safe place from the eyes of the villain. Okay, so he was protected. Krishna, since his childhood only, he was protected by Adisesha, Sheshnag. Okay, whenever there is a protection part, the protection role kind of thing comes, whenever there is a soldier work kind of thing comes, the Adisesha is always there for those divine beings. Okay, he's always ready to help these divine beings. He's always had led a role of a protector. He's always has been a soldier. He's always has been a protector of the divine beings who are incarnating on the earth, of all the people who are meditating, of all the people who are very scared of the dark forces and the dark snakes. If you are seeing some snakes and all these things, and you can ask the help of Adisesha. You can ask him for protection. You can ask him for to protect you can ask him to protect you from the evil snakes. Okay, whenever you're feeling very scared of snakes, whenever you're feeling scared of the evil snakes, you can ask the help of Adisesha. So that's how it works. Whenever you're scared of something, you can whenever you're scared of some antagonist, you can call the agonist, right? Sorry, I talked in a little bit of a medical language here. What I'm trying to explain is, whenever you're, like for me, whenever I'm scared of Ravan, I'll call Ram. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, whenever I have some dreams or visions of Ravan, I'll immediately listen to some Ram songs, or I'll immediately will connect to Ram, and I will immediately ask for his help. I'll immediately ask him to protect me. Okay, and he will protect me. He will act immediately, and I'll feel a little bit relaxed, and I will feel a little bit less tense. Okay, whenever I'll see Ravan, I'll be very scared, and I will be I'll feel very imbalanced, and I'll feel very angry. I will be completely out of balance, and in those situations, I'll immediately ask for help to Ram. Okay, I'll call for Ram, and I'll ask Rama to help me. I'll pray to Rama to save from him, to save me from Ravan. I'll always ask him to protect me from Ravan, and I'll always ask him to stop the dreams of Ravan and all these things, and the dreams of Ravan and all these things will go immediately. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is, whenever you are feeling scared, or whenever you're feeling scared of reptiles, or whenever you are feeling scared of something, some snakes especially, you can ask the help of Adisesha. Okay, he will help you, he will protect you. I personally, I have experienced in my own life that he was protecting me. I have already seen some visions of him where he was protecting me. By the way, whenever I saw snakes in my own twin flame journey, or my own ascension journey, I used to feel very scared. I used to feel very uncomfortable. I used to feel I couldn't even sleep for some days, that whenever I see a snake in my dreams, I immediately get up, and I don't feel like sleeping, that I'll feel very scared that what if some snake comes in my 3D, and what if it bites me, or what if it attacks me. It never happened. Okay, it's just the illusion. It's just my mind who is making me scared of all these snakes. Okay, and whenever these kind of things happen, I didn't even know at that time. I didn't even know who was Adisesha and all these things. But before me calling him, he already came and came for me. He was already protecting him. He was already protecting me. That's how I understood that, there was some if you call him or not, he will come to you for the protection. He will come to you, he will rescue you, he will protect you if there is a danger for you. Okay, so that's how he works. At that time I didn't even know who he was. I didn't even had any knowledge of him, but he was helping me, he was protecting me from the evil snakes. Okay, so that's how it works. Whenever there is, in every race, not all the races, by the way, I'm only talk about the races which I have experienced. Okay, I'm not talking about the lizard races and all these things because I don't know about them yet. I cannot speak about them. Okay, I'm choosing to speak about the divine races. I'm choosing to speak about the divine beings because I don't know, I don't like talking so much about the dark forces and the evil forces and the fallen races because it's not my purpose, I feel. Because I'm here to bring in the divine knowledge. I'm here to talk about the divine races and the divine beings. That's what I will do. I think that's what I will continue to do. And I'm here to explain about, and I'm here to break the illusions of you. I'm here to clear out your doubts. I'm here to explain you the reality. Okay, I'm here to show you what the things are, how the things are exactly as they are. Okay, so that's why I'm choosing to only talk about the divine beings. Okay, that's what I will do for my for a long time. Okay, I don't know till when, but that's what I will speak about. Okay, so I'm here only to speak about the divine races because I personally don't feel like talking too much about the negative races, the dark forces, and all these things. So whenever you feel you need help, you can. Whenever you are so much, whenever you don't have any clarity about the snake races or snake beings, or you're having some snake experiences. And by the way, you will definitely, if you're a twin flame, you will definitely see the snake couples in your visions. You will see the snake couples even in the 3D world. There were so many twin flames out there. When I understood that I was in my twin flame journey, then I saw so much in the YouTube about the twin flames and all these things. And all those twin flames, they are sharing those snake experiences in them, that they have seen the snake visions and they have seen the snakes, the snake couple even in the 3D life. Okay, they have seen so many snakes in the 3D life also. So they were experiencing experiencing the snake dreams and snake visions. And it is, by the way, very common if you are in a twin flame journey. So you will definitely see snakes because the Shiva and Parvati, who are the main original, the first twin flames. Okay, they were also snakes. Okay, Shiva has also a Nageshwar form, and Parvati also had a Nageshwari form where they both were snakes. Okay, and the Ida Pingla Nadi, they are also connected to snake. Okay, and they are also always these two nerves are always compared as snakes. Okay, and even there's so many symbols about Adapik Nadi in the Indian history where they are seen, they are shown, they were drawn as these two nerves are drawn as snakes. Okay, so if you are twin flame, then definitely at some point in your life, at some point in your experience, you will experience snakes in your visions and dreams and all these things, because twin flames are so much connected to snakes. And you cannot ignore this part, you cannot ignore the snakes, and you cannot move forward in your twin flame journey or starseed journey or ascension journey. Even if you are not on a Hydra starseed, even if you are not connected to Hydran system, you will somehow in your experience, if you are a twin flame, you will definitely experience snakes in your life. You cannot ignore, if you're an Indian, you cannot ignore snakes, because Shiva and Shakti and all the gods who are there in our Indian history, all the Hindu gods, they're always in the company of Adisesha or Vasuki. They're always these Adisesha, Vasuki, they're always have been the protectors of these divine beings. They're always in the companionship of Narayan or Shiva. They're always with them. They are like they are the gang of Shiva. They are the friend circle of Shiva, or they are in the friend circle of Mahadev. They are in the friend circle of Narayana. You cannot ignore them. If you are worshipping Narayana, if you are worshipping Mahadev, then you will eventually you will experience a snake also, because they are all connected. They are all, they all live together. You cannot separate them. You cannot see them as separate. They're different two eyes. They are all one. They are one single family. They are also a part of divine beings. Adishesh and Vasuki are also the part of the story of Shiva, Mahadev. They're also the part of the story of Narayan. If you want to ignore them, if you want to put them under devil category, if you want to put them under the fallen race category, you cannot do that, because they are the part of history. They are the part of a culture. They are the part of our Indian history. You cannot just be a blindfolded to them, and you cannot ignore them, and you cannot read about Narayan. If you are reading about Narayan, you will also learn about Adishesh. If you are reading about Mahadev, you will also learn about Vasuki. Okay, okay? If you're reading about any kind of snakes, if you're reading about anything which is related to healing, if you're reading about anything which is related to nerves, Ida Pingla Nadi, and you will know about Manasa Devi also. So these are all interconnected. You cannot just ignore them. You cannot be blindfolded towards them. If you're a twin flame, then you will definitely have a snake experiences. If you're not a twin flame, then that's a separate story. But if you're twin flame and you are blindfolded towards the snakes, and if you're saying that snakes have fallen and all these things, but you are a twin flame and you're having the experiences of the snakes, and you cannot ignore that fact, okay? So this is very factual thing. This is very, real thing, that you should not be blindfolded. You should not be judgmental towards a particular race. The entire race is not fallen. The entire race is not, jealous or dark or dense. In every race there are some beings who are rescue doctors. Not in every race, but in some races, particularly if you talk about hydrants, okay, they are the rescue doctors. Like Adisesha and Vasuki was sent there to conduct the healing of the DNA, to repair the DNA, okay? So that's why they have been ranked as that's why they are being given the priority of being with the our divine father like Mahadeva, our divine father like Narayana, okay? So why they are always with them? Because they have gained it, okay? They have proved themselves. They have already turned themselves into light, even after being born into a very dark place and very dense place. Even after the influence of their mother, they have chosen to choose the path of the light. They have chosen to be on the path of light. They have chosen to work for the light forces. They have chosen to work for the source, okay? That's why they are always being there with Narayan or Mahadev. Mahadev and Narayan understood the soul essence, the core of these Adisesha and Vasuki. That's why they are also in friends with them. They are also in the company of them. You have already seen that Narayan always Adisesha have become the bed to the Narayan. Narayan was always sitting on the Adisesha, and Shiva is always holding Vasuki on his neck, right? So they are the part of them. You cannot separate them. It is never going to happen. Whenever you come across, whenever you will experience, whenever you realize Shiva or Narayan or Mahadev at some point in your life, or in this life, or in some other lifetimes, or in some other incarnations, in your future incarnations, or whenever you're experiencing your higher self, you'll notice that these are all part of one family. You cannot separate them at all, okay? So this is what I wanted to say about Adisesha Sheshnag. He's the first snake. He's the first. By the way, whenever the first being who is created, he always chooses the oneness. He always chooses that unconditional love, and he always chooses the divine path. And then who are there, the original lions which were there, they are under oneness, okay? The original lions which were always created, who is always with Durga Mata, who is always with Durga Ma, the Hindu goddess Durga, okay? So the Durga always have the lions, okay? Lions with her, okay? What does it mean? The original ones who are always created, they always choose the source path. They always choose light. And after the people who are born after them, like after Adisesha was born, there are so many snakes which are born after him, right? They have chosen the dark path, okay? They have chosen that path. They have chosen, they had the free, they choose, every race, every human being have a free will, and it depends on you, that what you choose, okay? They have chosen the darker path, and the Adisesha has chosen the lighter path. So he's with the light forces and he's with the creation forces, okay? So it depends on you, your own free will, that what you are choosing, okay? It doesn't matter where you're born. It doesn't matter in which race you're born. If you're choosing light, then you are a light being. If you're choosing divine, then you are a divine being. If you want to transmute yourself, if you want to transform yourself, if you want to heal yourself, if you want to repair your DNA, then it is fine. You are welcomed to divine. Divine always has a open arms. Divine is always having his unconditional love. He always welcomes everybody, okay? He doesn't have any polarities. We have polarities. We humans have polarities. Humans have judgments. Divine doesn't have any judgment, okay? Divine always want his kids to get repaired. Divine always want his kids to choose love, okay? Light and oneness, unconditional love. And whenever if any of his kids are choosing unconditional love, whenever any of his kids are choosing oneness, he'll always welcome them with his open arms, and he's always ready to hug them, okay? So that's what Adisesha have chosen. And also the snakes are always, we also have so much Indian history about snakes. I'll talk about that in my next video, because this video have gone long to 22 minutes, and we'll continue in the next part, okay? Thank you so much for listening.